What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 82. Let's fucking go. What a weekend we have behind us. There was a lot of shit going on, a lot of feels, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. We had fights on Friday, Francis versus Joshua. We had one championship, UFC 299 on Saturday.
A lot of big things.
So many things. We'll go into topology too, all of the good stuff. But before we get into all of it, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Drop a comment. It helps out. Let's go. I'll put a comment for you to like and subscribe that too if you like it. Let's fucking go.
He was a fucking idiot today.
It's so much in my head right now. You know what I mean?
Hat might be a little too tight. Restricting blood flow.
It's not tight enough, actually. But no.
Oh, too much blood flow?
Yes, that's honestly the problem. But no. So we can start off with the Friday stuff. Since not as big, we'll go through it quicker. Not as much to talk about. It started off absolutely horrible, I would say.
Yeah, it honestly killed my energy for the whole night.
I mean, first things first. The card for Joshua and Ngannou, main card with 6 bouts, started at fucking 11 a.m. our time.
Yeah.
What was it? Fucking 5 o'clock when they were finally getting ready to fight each other almost?
Yeah, something like that, because it was about 3:30. The featured bout was still going on, or it just ended at 3:30. So, yeah.
I started with the prelims. I started watching the prelims at work on my phone, got all the way home, and the main event had not even started yet.
Yeah.
It was absolutely ridiculous. But obviously going into it, we're MMA people, so we love Francis. He's our guy. We obviously had to root for him, had to support him going into it. I obviously, in my head, it's not like I didn't think that he couldn't lose, you know what I mean? If any, he was definitely more likely to lose than not heading into it. But I thought it would probably be just Joshua being the more technical boxer, being able to jab him up, on the outside, getting out of the way of the big shots of Francis, just able to kind of run around him for 10 rounds, just easily win it. He easily won the fight, but not at all in the fucking fashion that I was expecting.
Yeah, because you said, I thought that Joshua could easily win over the decision. I didn't even think that what happened was an option. Obviously, it always is, but it just never crossed my mind that it would actually happen. Francis just made a fucking iron, it's just, you never think, because ultimately got slept. It's you never think you're going to see that when someone's never been slept before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this dude has fought so many amazing people in MMA and never even really looking like he was hurt. You know what I mean? Just so, like you said, iron chin, always durable for Francis Ngannou. And first round is going. He's not looking too bad. Just Joshua being smart, being patient. Literally all he did throughout that entire first round, for the most part, was just throw jabs to the body, just set stuff up, just waiting, being patient. Ngannou feeling himself, he's just let me switch to southpaw, because he did fight a lot of the Fury fight in southpaw. And as soon as he does, Joshua just times a beautiful right hand right down the center, through the guard, right on the chin, and sits Francis down for the first time in his combat sports career. Right at that point, it was just okay, this is different from his first boxing fight. You know what I mean? This is... Everything is just different heading into this.
Yeah, and especially because it's when he got sat down the first time, it wasn't how some people get sat down where it's it hurt them, they kind of fell with it, It's no, he got dropped. He was hurt. He was not there for a second. MMA, a couple more punches and it would have been finished type shit.
Yeah.
And just him being, just knowing the boxing thing, sitting on his butt, taking the time. As soon as they drop the 8 count, you know what I mean? That's when he stands up, ready to go. Finishes out the round all right, no problem. And then the second round starts, and you could just tell AJ had the timing. He had the fucking, he knew everything and was expecting everything that Francis was going to do. Just rushes in after throwing a jab, keeping his hand down, right hand over the top, boom, Francis runs into it, just seeing the fucking like wobble, like, you know, before he fell down, it was just like, okay, this fight's over, you know what I mean? I didn't think he was honestly even gonna get up from that one, and especially in hindsight, I really do wish that he didn't, and they just called it there.
Yes,
because it's like as soon as he was able to get up, it was just like, okay, like Francis is still in it, you know, like.
Yep.
Runs at him, big right hand, just out unconscious, folds him up like he did to Stipe. Like, it was, that shit was terrible to watch, man.
It's like, that's why boxing is so brutal. It's like, he got hurt twice real bad, like something that could have been finished in MMA, you know, but instead stood up, reset, and just slept the third time. Like, it's so fucking terrible.
Yeah. And it's like, obviously, it, you know, just good that he's not a fucking old, long-time boxer, you know what I mean? Where he's just been taking a shit ton of damage, where it's like, this is gonna be, like, the worst thing ever, you know what I mean? He's already, like, at the end of his run, like, basically, like, in terms of combat sports, like, he's not gonna be around much longer. And on, like, the bright side, too, at least this dude was guaranteed fucking $20 million for this fight, because he got fucking paid. It's just so funny, just how people are just still like, oh, fumbled the bag or whatever. It's like, bro, do you not even get what the term is supposed to mean? You know what I mean? Like,
right, fumbled the bag is you lost out on money, bro. You lost out on money, bro. He made more in his first loss than he did in his entire UFC career, and then however much more in this second loss. There's no fumble there.
I don't even think he would have ever made that type of money in MMA.
He would have never touched
at all.
No. Like, he changed his life taking 2 losses and everyone around him. Like,
I mean, like, the only way that he would have made as much from MMA as, like, the Tyson Fury fight is if he defended the belt against John Jones and, like, re-signed the contract, because he, like, the UFC was gonna guarantee him, like, $8 million for that fight, but then it was gonna be back to, like, 1 or 2 million, like, around there. So it's like, he would have had to defend against John Jones and then defend against, like, Tom Aspinall.
But it's like, even then,
or Sergey, you know what I mean?
Even then that made 10. That's what I was gonna say. That would have given him 10. It's like off of multiple fights. It just it don't add up.
Exactly. Just it is terrible to see. The one thing.
Also, people are then switching it up. Instead of saying fumbled the bag, they're saying he fumbled the legacy. And I'm just saying here, like, how the fuck he fumble his legacy? It's a completely different fucking sport. You can't fumble a legacy. I can't go and play baseball and play extremely well and then go be a mediocre football player, and I fumbled my legacy for baseball. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know, the thing about it too, it's like, dude, only 2 fucking boxing fights are against Tyson Fury and Anthony fucking Joshua.
2 of the top 3 heavyweights in the world.
Yeah, like, Tyson the fucking lineal heavyweight champ, and Joshua held 3 of the 4 belts at one point. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man? You know what I mean? It's like, like, with this one, it clearly showed the levels in fucking high level, like, you know, fucking boxing compared to someone that's just getting into it, you know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know. Like, have any sort of shit talk on him. Fucking, you even had Joshua afterwards saying that he should stay in the sport, like, he's not done. Like, I'm sure there are still probably top 10, top 15 fucking heavyweights in boxing that he could go out there and fuck up. You know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah.
But yeah, to the fact that it, like, the thought that it has any impact on his MMA legacy is absolutely terrible. Like, it's just stupid. The one thing, though, is that I am just worried that it's like, what if that was the kind of fight and knockout that did crack his chin? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that shit was so brutal. Like, I don't know, if the PFL tries to get him to come back and fight Renan Fajeda this year, like, 3rd, 4th quarter, I don't know, man. Dude, 6'8", he's fucking giant, he's explosive with a lot of power. Like, that could be something that's actually scary, and he could potentially get the knockout over Francis coming off a terrible knockout loss like that.
Thing is with Fajeda, though, is he does get backed up by pressure a lot. So I feel like Francis would be able to pressure him, probably just be able to do him like he did Jairzinho. In a sense. Not the same way, but in a sense, back him up to the cage and just
I just
land bombs.
I just don't even know if Francis would fight that way at this point. I feel like with
No,
even
I
just
get
training
that.
and boxing, like he's just probably way more calculated and like trying to be way more technical. You know what I mean?
You can still be technical with pressuring someone back into. In that fact, that's very technical. If you don't like
Well, yeah.
overswing and you just pressure them back, because I'm just saying like pressure them back into the cage and then just landing bombs on them. Like you can
No,
still
yeah.
be technical by doing that.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm thinking of Jarzinho that it was just not technical. You know?
Oh
And-
yeah, no, I was just saying in a similar sense of
yeah.
just push him back and up against the cage and limit his mobility.
No, 100%. So I mean, it definitely with him coming off like that rough loss, it's definitely more of an interesting fight for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll just have to see how he comes back, how everything goes. See if he fights in boxing again. I wouldn't be surprised. Still probably try and fight Deontay Wilder or something.
Mhm.
But with honestly, with that, that's even scary to fucking think about too. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. The thing
Ooh.
is, Deontay Wilder is not a technical boxer.
No.
He is not that good in terms of the technique and
just that
actual
power.
technical. Yeah, that's the thing that he said in like the lead up to like the Tyson Fury fight. You need to be perfect for 10 rounds. I need to be perfect for 10 seconds.
Yep, that's it. Yeah. Solid shit overall, though. It's, you know, sucks for Francis. Great for Joshua. He'll get a shot at the winner of Fury Usyk, so see how all of that shit plays out. See what happens with Big Francis. But let's fucking go. At least he made some good money. Then, Friday night, we had some one championship fights. Wasn't the greatest card overall, but it wasn't too bad. In the main event, we had Fujita taking on Janet JT Todd. That was just an easy fight for Vegeta. Just constantly pressuring her, big punches and kicks the entire 5 rounds. It just was definitely old guard passing to like the new champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
JT, she retires after the fight, 38 years old. So it's like, yeah, just definitely to be expected. The Queen improving her record to fucking
208-6.
yeah, just absolutely insane, man. Good for her. Fucking 22 years old. On co-main event, Alicia Rodriguez, she was able to defend her title fighting Christina Morales.
I expected that.
She definitely, in terms of just like who they fought and how they've performed, you know what I mean? Like she should have won. The biggest question was for me just getting fucked up by Smilla like that in her last one. It's just like how's she gonna come back? You know what I mean?
I've had a feeling that she'd be fine because it's like she took it up a weight class short notice against someone who is so much fucking bigger than her. So it's like Christina Morales she's just not that great. Realistically, she's really not that great. She is 1 and 2 in 1 right now.
Believe so. Yeah.
I mean, like her overall record, I guess, isn't bad. She's 50 wins, 9 losses, but what we've seen of her hasn't been great. I just expected Alicia to be able to beat her.
Oh yeah, I definitely understand that. Did you watch the fights at all?
Huh?
Did you watch the fights at all? I don't remember.
I was watching with you.
I don't remember. I just said I didn't remember. You think I'm gonna remember and everything that was going on that day when fucking everything that happened yesterday? Come on now.
Yeah.
I was in VC with y'all.
Very unmemorable, I would say. And it's one. I never know. You know what I mean? I just always assume that you didn't watch it, so it's like, you know, it'd be like that. Either way, though, the only other real fight that was excited for on the card was Martina Polish Power. She ended up taking the L, though. That was kind of sad to see. Just, wasn't a great performance. Was just getting touched up constantly throughout the fight. It just...
Yeah, she came back like 3 weeks later and just did not have the same pressure that she did in her last fight. But it was only 3 weeks later, so...
Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
Quick turnaround.
I didn't realize, like, until now, just looking through the card, the only finish we had on the card was the opening bout. Every other fight did go to a decision. But yeah, that opening one, though, go and just fucking put it on her. That was actually a pretty good fun on that one. But yeah, overall, not the greatest card from one, but let's fucking go. Always excited for more fun fights from them, though. But now we got the good shit. The real shit. UFC 299. What a fucking card this was.
Yeah.
The feels all over the place. Some things went as expected, others not at all. It was a great fucking card, though. before we get into it all, what would you guys rate the card? 1 out of 10. After it going into it, just like the hype and everything, how it delivered. How do you guys think it?
This is a solid card. I hate ratings though.
8.5.
8.5. I feel like that's pretty solid.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But
I'm with Katie on that. I kind of hate rating stuff on a scale like that.
that's lame.
It's how I've been my whole life.
Oh, but the main event, a big fight in the bantamweight division, the biggest fight you can get because it's a fucking title fight. Sugar Sean O'Malley looking to defend the bantamweight title for the very first time, and he gets it done. Unanimous decision over Marlon Cheeto Vera. What do you guys think were the biggest factors that led to how the fight played out?
Sean's pressure and definitely his like distance management with his height and reach. Like he was just doing real good at keeping his distance and keeping the pressure on Cheeto. It was crazy. I
just
thought
not
that
letting Cheeto get off.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, you know, Cheeto generally starts picking it up in the later rounds, and it's like I think it was round 4 he came out like real fast, landed some shit on him, but then just immediately drew back. Like it wasn't Cheeto being able to build up the way that he normally could. And I feel like a lot of people, including myself, like up until this fight, like we look at Sean like he's very dynamic, he can catch people correctly, but it's like after what he did to Cheeto, like he clearly has a lot of power too, because Cheeto never shows damage and he beat him the fuck up. Like
that seeing Cheeto's face after the 5 rounds, just like when they're waiting for like the judge's decision, never in my entire life have he ever fucking looked like that after a fight. It literally looked like just his entire face was swollen, just cut open, bleeding like that. That was a rough fight for Cheeto.
How many strikes did fucking Rob Font land against him, and he just looked like he went for like a light jog.
Yeah, bro threw like 100 more than Cheeto did.
Rob Font landed 271 significant strikes in his fight, and Rob was the one that was destroyed in that.
Yeah, compared to Cheeto's 159, like he threw over 100 more than he did, and Cheeto, like you said, looked like he went for a jog, and Rob looking fucked up.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley landing 230 to Cheeto's 89 over this 5-round fight.
It was so frustrating. I mean, like watching it, I couldn't feel anything other than terrified. Like I couldn't say a word. I was just sitting here sweating because I knew that Cheeto could lose. I really wanted him to win, but my biggest fear was to watch him get knocked out. Just another person with a legendary chin, and I just could not take watching both of them get knocked out this weekend. Like there was just no fucking way. Like I could not watch 2 legendary chins get cracked. So like watching him get hurt in the 2nd round and like taking the knee for half a second, like I know it doesn't count as like being dropped, but then even seeing him like getting hurt in the 4th round and like the 5th round and just covering up, backing away, like kind of like just, you know what I mean? Like running to recover. It was really crazy and hard to watch. Like, I forget where I was even going with all that. My bad. But
you're fine, because I totally understand. I will say one thing, and it was like the very, very end of the fight when they were like in the like a bit, basically just almost clinched up, but not actually. And Cheeto throws that one left hook to the body. Sean O'Malley did not like that shit at all.
Yeah, you just reminded me where you just reminded me where I was going with that, because I was going to say like directly after the fight ended, I was frustrated because throughout it I was just really scared of him getting knocked out, but like then the frustration set in because it's like I get that you're in front of Sean, and so like, you know, the power, just like all the shots, the pressure that he's putting on you. But the way that he wasn't going for it was killing me, because clearly you saw the way that his power impacted Sean so much more. The couple times he would actually land something clean and he'd have Sean like on the back foot for a second, like, but then like you said, that last shot to the body, bro, okay, I know we all talk about Cheeto's chin, but we got to talk about the fact that his body is made of goddamn brick too, because Sean was beating his body up, and after everything Sean landed, Cheeto's one shot to his body was far more impactful than anything Sean did to that man's body. And so it's like you've seen him limping away at the end, you've seen him with the cast on after at the post-fight press conference, Sean and the boot, so it's like clearly he has the ability to hurt him and he just wasn't going for it. It's like it just really goes to show that 230 significant strikes from Sean compared to the 89 that Cheeto landed. It's like, bro, if he could have picked up that pace, It would have been a much different fight for Sean.
No, yeah, and
I feel like that, yeah.
Cause yeah, and like to your point too, with the body shots, as soon as the fight started, and Sean, he's just sniping the body, beautiful straight shots to the middle, just kicks to the body, up the middle, to the side, like just landing so many good ones, and it just like that moment in my head of like I didn't even think about Sean trying to like, okay, yeah, Cheeto forever one of the most durable fighters across the bantamweight division. Like, you know, yeah, like you said,
Go to the body.
Unofficially, like, you know, Sean kind of gets the knockdown, getting him to, you know, get to the knee, but it's not official, like, on the record. But, like, exactly. Didn't even think about him trying to go to the body to finish him. And once he started doing that, I was like, oh, man, like, this might actually be trouble for Cheeto. Showed no signs of ever giving a fuck about that. It was even just crazy that he was able to get more reactions from him, like, hitting him to the head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that second round, that fucking knee that Sean landed, like, bro, there are fucking 45ers and 55ers that Sean lands that same exact knee on. They're going unfucking conscious. You know what I mean? The crack on that fucking sound was absolutely disgusting, and for that not to even be like he get the biggest reaction out of Cheeto from that shot. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't until the fifth round, after eating fucking over 100 of shots, when he started putting it on him, that he was like backing away and like, oh fuck, like I'm really hurt now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cheeto's durability is just absolutely insane. It's crazy, because going into it, I wasn't sure that Sean was going to be able to keep up just doing what he did over 5 rounds. Like, that was just a very big question, you know?
Yep.
He easily performed well, picked it up even more, like throwing more shots and landing more shots in the 4th and 5th round than he was throughout the first 3. So clearly Sean's got the cardio, the fucking durability too, because Cheeto was landing good shots on him. And I know, to your point, like Sean said, after he got like hit with that shot at the end of the like the 5th round to the body, one of the like reporters asked him just like, oh, like how hurt were you or whatever, and he was like, oh yeah, nah, he's like, that was a good shot. He's like, the bell rang, and you know,
and he immediately sat down.
Yeah, he was just like, oh, let me just go over and sit down real quick, and
sit down, have a good breather, because he was like sitting down, just eyes closed, just like he was like, I was like, oh, that hurt him.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, I know for me personally, because like obviously Sean has like a lot of fans, but for people that really like think more into things, it's like you have to give him more respect as a fighter, because he's always been fun, he's always been exciting, but he had the split decision over Piotr, which people like, you know, after fighting unranked guys, he got the fight with Piotr, and it was a split decision where it was like, okay, that was a rough fight. He goes out and knocks out Aljo, which everybody thinks that Aljo is a fraud and has like, he has the most questionable run. So it's like, you know, he beat the champ, but like, you know, it's Aljo, champ? You know, so like I feel like this also really just showed like, his ability to go 5, like what he's able to do, like it really just puts him up in rankings, like of how well of a fighter he really is. It just sucks, because I love Cheeto, and like I'm not trying to make excuses like, oh, 5 more seconds, because obviously it was the last second of the fucking 5th round, so to take that long to finally get there, like, you know, that's where the frustration comes from, because like there's a clear path to victory, but like he just couldn't find it. So serious props to Sean. He did great.
Like the movement, distance management, everything, the fucking angles, like literally just at moments just fucking running circles around Cheeto, you know what I mean? Like it was it sucked, like throughout the beginning of it, kind of getting worried that Cheeto might get finished, and like just seeing him get beat up so bad. But by like the 4th and 5th round, I was honestly just nothing but like an appreciation for the fucking masterclass that Sean truly was putting on before us. Like that was all time one of like the great performances in a UFC title fight for sure. Yeah,
I wasn't allowed to feel those feelings. I was so sad. Just sitting here in silence, grabbing my hands.
It was insane performance by Sean against Marlon. I do want to say one thing. We've now seen Sean can go 5 rounds, not get tired, purely striking. I want to see what happens when someone like shoots doubles on him, shoots takedowns on him, and he has to defend those, and then like, because that is a completely different type of gas tank. So 100%. I would love to see what happens there.
Like I would love to see the Piotr rematch over 5.
Yeah,
because like with Merab, obviously he has the pressure and pace, but he's chinny. So that's the one thing when it comes to him versus Sean. But it's like, I think Piotr is obviously tough enough to hold up, and it's like I would like to see that one specifically. But obviously, Merab needs the shot. I'm not saying don't give it to him. I'm interested in Piotr.
Then it's funny because like we all agree Merab deserves a shot. I would love to see Sean O'Malley versus the current version of Corey Sandhagen. Like, because Corey will shoot on him as well.
Yeah, man.
He won't. He might not get it, but like to make him think, make him defend those, like, and just all of a sudden he goes down, like, and then, yeah, I would love to see that fight.
Yeah, like I know that you want to see him versus Ilya. I know he called out Ilya. Dana said that he needs to fight Merab. Ilya was like, no, fight Merab first. It just sucks because like there are honestly great fights to be made right now with him in the division. Like it's not like it's log jammed or there's undeserving people. Like you can easily fight Merab and then fight Corey, and in that time Piotr builds up a winning streak against whoever, and then he's the next person. Like there are great fights to be made. I would love to see him stay in this division and just fight these guys for right now. But Ilya get
Umar coming in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like, let Ilya get his title defenses, and then like if they both stay reigning, then that is such a bigger fight than it is right now.
Yeah. It definitely is for sure. Like if they both were to rack up 3 title defenses each, you know what I mean? That it's like easily like I guess that's where it's just hard though, because they both just got such tough tests in front of them, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's like
they might miss the opportunity.
Exactly. It's even right now, it's just such a big fight where it's just, do you trust that Sean's gonna be able to defend against Merab and Corey and maybe fucking Piotr again while Ilya defends against fucking Max or fucking Movzar or fucking, you know what I mean? Like Diego, just whoever the fuck ends up coming into the title fights. It's like it really would suck to miss that opportunity, but I can't deny that it's like that's easily the biggest way to go about it, you know what I mean? The best way.
Yeah, I get it. It just sucks that it's like, we could, because if O'Malley goes up to 45, he does not come back down.
I mean,
in my opinion,
he said that like if he were to go up to 45, he would like grab the title and then just head back down. Like he doesn't look at it like a permanent thing.
Which that's also why I hate it. I forgot that there was that reason too. Because it's like because if he were to fight him right now and took the belt from Ilya and then just let it go, it's like, okay, Ilya gets it back, but now he's not that undefeated guy who's you know what I mean? It's like let them fight it out, and if the opportunity is missed, it's fine.
But then
if that's the case, then why?
But then it's also weird too, because like he said that in the lead up, but then afterwards, like he was asked about like because he trains with like Mario Batista, Kyler Phillips, who we'll talk about later. But like then the reporter's asking like, oh, if they get up to like the top of the division, is this going to be like a Aljo Merab thing? And then he was just like, I might just move up to 45. He's like, who knows? We'll see. Like I don't know. We'll have to see. But
but that's definitely like with both like Kyler and who's the other one?
Mario Batista.
Like that's at least 3 fights out for each of them, maybe 2,
probably even more.
So like easily he can fight Merab, Corey, and if Piotr gets another win, Piotr, like you know what I mean? Like he'd easily have another potential 3 defenses, and then move up. Which then that whoever's at 45, that just makes it a huge fight anyway. Because he would have the most title defenses in bantamweight history at that point, right?
If he got 4,
So
it definitely. I mean, Dana said that Sean's the biggest star in bantamweight history already, and it's like with the people that have been champions, definitely for sure. If he can get a couple more title defenses, he'll easily climb to one of like the biggest stars in the UFC. For Cheeto's side, extremely rough loss. It sucks, but it's like. Even with it, like just showing how like he can still be one of the and beat so many people in the top 10 of the division. It's like I don't know.
Bro's 31 years old. He'll be around for a little bit more.
Yeah, there is still so many fights that he can have that he hasn't had before in that division. So it's like he'll be back. He'll get some more good wins.
Potentially, he just lost that title fight. Yadong was on this card as well. You can run that rematch back.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. A couple years ago at 145. But great title fight though. Amazing main event. The co-main event though. Ooh, what a fucking crazy one. Just another one heading into it. So many different ways that it could lay out, not knowing how exactly it was gonna go. it was kind of surprising to me that Benoit, because it was probably within the first 20 seconds he was shooting on a takedown or something against Dustin on the cage. I knew he would go to the grappling at some point. He really wanted to test that early, which I was surprised of. But Dustin, man, he's just so fucking good, so durable, so hard to get out of there. Ends up getting the win, second round knockout. And just what a fucking way to just, going into it, number 3 versus number 12, I think Benoit was.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it just such a big step up for Benoit. It just, Dustin, just seemingly like them trying to get the new star in, him being able to just fucking still stay at the top. Another beautiful win. Funny enough, too, is actually the same time he finished Conor McGregor in their rematch that he stopped Benoit Saint-Denis in this one, 232 in the second round. But just a beautiful win. Ginger, how do you feel about that performance? What was the most surprising things about that for you?
Just that the way Benoit was striking with him. I think that was surprising, just the way that he was just kind of just standing in front of him and not doing anything. He was throwing, but there was nothing really setting him up. He wasn't setting him up.
Yeah, me and Jimmy were talking about it and how his cage work is incredibly scary, because it's he had Dustin up on his back and it's he's throwing big lefts and rights, but his hands are down, he's kind of forward, head out, he is so open, it's not even funny. It's not like he has this tight, clean, inside work. He is very just wild with it, and he leaves himself incredibly open, and that's why he got caught. I
was about to say, if to make a comparison real quick, just to contrast two people, that's what Benoit's is, and then you have someone like Jack Della Maddalena, who's extremely tight, sees everything, is moving, not loading up completely, just
setting everything up, finding the opportunities. Because that was the scary thing heading into this one, is because Benoit, he's big, he's powerful, and it's the pressure and just the nonstop aggression that he has, and that's what,
which we saw in the first round. It was a crazy first round.
That's what has gotten him all of these nasty finishes, is fighting these guys that maybe technically are around the same level as him, maybe just slightly better. He's just able to steamroll over them with just the aggression and the power. But with someone like Dustin, as experienced and such a veteran he is, as clean in the boxing, and just he's got solid technical defense too. He's hard to just catch super clean. You know what I mean? For me, honestly, too, this was another one, the fight going in, I was just really unsure of how it was going to play out. It was, before going to do the Tapology picks and stuff, just watching replays and the highlights of Benoit and just on his finishing streak, and just seeing him pressure Thiago Moises up against the cage, and just same kind of a thing, just throwing bombs, and Thiago is just teeing off with right hands clean to his chin, just on the counters, and Benoit is just so open to get hit while he's pushing forward. And Dustin just able to slice right through him. That fucking uppercut he lands with the left hand as Benoit was pushing into him on the cage, drops him down to the knee. Dustin, at least for the last time, he decides to stay on his feet with the guillotine, because that shit was also funny throughout it. Just the non-stop fucking consistent, fuck it, I'm jumping it. How many times
did he jump it? 4? 5?
At least 4 or 5 times. Yeah, it was terrible.
His corner, stop jumping the guillotine.
He even said afterwards that Gamrot, after he his fight, he comes back and he was just listen, you know what to do. Go out there and don't jump the guillotine.
Yeah, because officially 3 times in the first round and 1 time in the second, but it was in between rounds, you heard the coaches telling him, do not go for the guillotine. No more guillotines. I don't want it. Benoit went in. This was actually the craziest part, because Dustin hit him and hurt him, and then when Benoit went in, instead of just trying to engage or hit him, he said, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna jump the gilly again. And Benoit took him down, and he had that control time for a little bit in that second round, and I kind of thought it was going to be over for Dustin, because he had the back, he was working to get him, and then Dustin able to get out, spin it around, and what happened, but it was just crazy. And then afterwards DC fucking talking about like, was that the game plan? Just talking about, no, everyone told me not to do it, but I'm not gonna stop.
I ain't never gonna stop. Wise words from Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
You miss 100% of the guillotines, you don't jump.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? All of that made it worth it because he won the fight and it was really fucking funny. At least he owns it. At least he doubles down. Like, I've never won it before. I'm never gonna stop.
Which is funny. I'm like, he's won, 2-3 fights with a Darce choke?
Yep.
Which is damn near the same position. It's like, just do that then.
Nope. Ain't never gonna stop.
Learn a ninja. Like.
But yeah, like, just that finishing sequence, man. Like, the uppercut, and then, he goes for the neck. Benoit just, like, just gets him off, starts pushing forward again, and Dustin just throws the left, right hook up top, and just fucking sleeps him. Goes over, hits him with that one follow-up shot. Didn't even need it. He was already out.
Nope.
Just absolutely vicious.
You know what I almost forgot about? The fucking last 5 seconds of the first round, Benoit throwing Dustin in the arm bar, and it's like, all you need is 5 seconds to snap an arm. That shit looked like, it almost looked dangerous, and he was just able to roll out of it, which was really good. But yeah, it was a great fight while it lasted.
He was ready for that first round, Kate, because like you said, he came out bald head. It was the fucking old school fucking jiu-jitsu Dustin coming out, just ready to fucking grapple and throw some bombs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was fucking beautiful. But yeah, just amazing.
I'd say post-fight press conference, someone said, hey, Conor congratulated you on your win and this, that, and the third, and he mentioned something about like that was a beautiful knockout. And Poirier just goes, yeah, Conor felt that right hand too. Just put the mic down.
Yeah, just this dude has fucking just another feather in his cap too, being the first one to knock out Benoit Saint-Denis. Just done that to so many fucking people now. It's crazy. Dude is just an animal. For the division, it would have been great for Benoit to get in there, just break up and shake up that top 5. But
no shame in losing to Dustin.
Yeah, and as a fucking a Dustin fan, man, like that was just so great to see. So happy for him. Still 30 UFC fights, never been on a 2-fight losing streak in his entire career. Fucking easily Hall of Famer. It's fucking coming.
Oh,
Joanna got Hall of Fame too. I forgot about it for a sec, but that shit was fucking awesome. Started crying and stuff. Gave Action Bronson a hug after. It was nice.
Yeah, bro, I love that. Like you see the tears and she's just like. Yeah. And then just starts crying again. Like, she's like, no, I'm not crying. It's okay.
But yeah, with that though, who do you think Dustin fights next? Because this is obviously like just a very big win for him. Just talking about it, going into it, he could be 1 fight away from a title shot after, after winning this. What do you think,
bro? Islam wants to fight in June. If winner of Charles and Armin is not ready, and the winner, if Gaethje is not ready, if he beats Max, and after that fight, like if those 2 people are not ready, fucking give him Dustin.
I mean, to be fair, like if Max beats Gaethje, I feel like there's not going to be much of an argument of like putting Max in a 55 title shot either. Like there was a moment there for a week he was going to fight Khabib, so like.
Okay, so the winner of that then, I just didn't know if Max would, and I haven't heard anything of it, so I just.
Okay.
If
wouldn't Max be wins that, I wouldn't be surprised either, but there's no way if Max wins that fight, he's ready in June.
Yeah, no, like that's the.
But the thing is, if the winners of those fights, if the winners of those fights aren't ready by June, who's the next person? Dustin, coming off of a beautiful win, holding his spot steadily as number 3. It's like, there's your third option. It's right there.
Yep. Could you imagine? Islam goes in for a double leg. Dustin pulls the gilly.
Bro, I will
We were talking about this earlier.
I will punch a hole in my fucking goddamn TV if he gets that title fight and he fucking jumps a goddamn gilly.
But what if he gets it for the first time in his career over Islam?
Then that would be hilarious. But when he doesn't get it, I will then punch a hole in frustration. Oh my god.
Goes for the guillotine. He's not in guard. Islam got to side control, switches it to a Darce. Win.
Yeah, that. Oh my god, that would be insane. But yeah, I honestly have no problems with that because it's like it's also because it's like he's 35 years old. If he loses that one, I wouldn't be surprised if he just were to retire there and there. You know, like it's he has done so much in his career. Even though it's a 1-fight win streak, I don't really think much people are going to be complaining about him in a title fight, especially after a win like that.
No.
That was absolutely amazing. Co-main event into the featured bout. I had a feeling coming into this one that it had the best chance to be the most lackluster fight on the main card.
With the way MVP fights, yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Holland versus MVP. He's making his debut. MVP gets the unanimous decision over 3 rounds, which, to be fair, Kevin Holland's chin is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, those spinning back elbows that Kevin Holland ran into every time, like, those could knock out fucking anyone in that division. Absolutely disgusting. And then just the giant leaping right hands that he was landing clean on Kevin Holland throughout the fight. Just, bro.
Hell. He was able to, like, when he was going for, the Hamzat thing, he was going to, in the third, give him a glove touch, gets hit with a 1-2, gets dropped, but that's because he was literally not expecting it. He's expecting him to, which I will admit, for someone who's like kind of the bad guy and kind of the cocky guy, MVP seemed genuinely apologetic about that shit and led him back up to the feet.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Because, he's probably just ready to, just go out there and just probably realize afterwards, like, oh, fuck, my bad. But...
yeah. Well, Kevin Holland talks out there. He's like, what the fuck, man? I was trying to give you a glove. Oh, shit, my bad, dude. My bad. Like, he legitimately looked like he was sorry for her.
Well, because I think everyone knows that that's just a real dickhead thing to do. And if, like, he misinterprets it and it's not his fault, then he's like, I didn't want to be that guy.
Exactly.
As much as he talks shit, he's not, like, the worst.
Yeah. He's not Colby Covington.
Yeah. Solid fight, though. Definitely the biggest moment for Kevin Holland in there was that second round. Almost got that rear naked choke on him. That was looking pretty scary for a second, but didn't have like any real control. MVP able to roll through, just get back up to his feet. But and just the biggest thing coming into it was just like, all right, MVP, like, he's fucked up a bunch of dog shit fighters in spectacular fashion. You know what I mean? When he fights good fighters, he usually goes to a decision with them. Sometimes he loses them. You know what I mean? But and it's actually just kind of funny because, actually just fights another really good fighter in Kevin Holland, goes to a decision with him again.
Yeah.
But where do you think he fits into the welterweight division with a win like this over Kevin Holland?
I mean...
Wonderboy Thompson.
So, what were you going to go into, Kate?
Well, I was just going to say that it's like, with beating Kevin Holland, like, I know that sometimes it's like, oh, Kevin just kind of throws fights. He be in there having a good time. He was a little bit, but at the same time, you could see the serious frustration in him, especially like round 2, he was getting frustrated, but by round 3, like, he was just fucking annoyed. Done.
Bro, they fought for 15 minutes and Kevin Holland landed fucking 29 significant strikes on him.
Yeah, wasn't it the third round that he didn't land any?
Or
like by the end,
they showed at one point he landed 2 significant strikes.
Okay, because that was towards the end. I just remember them saying that he was 0 for 8.
Third round, him pretending to run and then just.
Come on, man. He was getting so fucking annoyed, and it's like MVP is real elusive, bouncy. He's in and out. He's got that style to hit and get out of there, and then like he's got big shots. So for people that can't eat it the way Holland did, it's like they're kind of fucked. I know he's older, but it's like he can definitely hang around in the rankings for now.
Yeah.
A fight with Wonderboy would be cool. That would be really...
It's funny because that's been the fight that obviously everyone's wanted, like, as the crossover for years. And I don't really know why it's taken me so long to kind of think about it in this way. But yesterday, I was just thinking about it, and honestly, I feel like that's not the fight to go with at all. I feel like you book that fight, it's not going to be a good 15-minute fight. It's just not. You have 2 long, very elusive counter strikers.
It's just going to be them bouncing in front of each other, trying to get in and out.
Yeah, like they're both going to be very hard to hit each other. They're both going to be waiting for the openings on each other to counter. Like, I honestly do not think that's going to be like that fun of a fight. I would much rather see something a little bit just like, I don't know, something that you wouldn't think. Him versus Ian Gary.
I was just going to say that after... That was,
That is the fight, honestly, that I would much rather see.
Mostly for me, it's like, how does Ian handle it? Moving into, like, the top level, it's like, how do you deal with that, like, the diversity of it.
Exactly. And it's just like, because Ian can definitely be like a good counter striker too, you know, like he can definitely play that game, but he doesn't move like as much as Wonder Boy, and he's just nowhere near as slick. He's also going to put more pressure and engage a bit more. So I just feel like stylistically it could open that fight up to just having a little bit more action. But I just feel like that would be like an interesting way to go with it. We have so many people coming up at 170 that it's just like some of these guys that are coming up are gonna have to like fight each other, and it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I just feel like that'd be a really fun striking fight.
I agree with you. I feel like the UFC, they just know everyone's been asked for the Wonder Boy fight. They're gonna do that, and that's why I also said it is just looking at it. That's more than likely what they're gonna do because they believe that's gonna draw the most eyes for an MVP fight.
What do you mean? Ian's the biggest star.
Yeah. And who
The
knows?
little cash
Maybe they end up with going Colby Wonder Boy too. You know what I mean? Like that's always a potential route for him also.
No, it is.
But yeah, that you know, definitely see. I mean, shit, fucking, you can go fucking even more wacky with it. Give him Sean Brady. You know what I mean? Let's see how that fucking plays out.
He knocks Sean Brady the fuck out.
What, 5'9" Sean Brady versus 6'3" MVP?
Sean goes for the takedown. MVP knees him in the face. Fight's over.
I was about to say, he might legit Cyborg Santos him.
Yeah, that would still be fun going into it. I'd be very intrigued, you know what I mean? But solid win for MVP. Not the most spectacular, but yeah, just showing out his level at the UFC caliber, and just very solid performance. This next one, though. Second fight on the main card. Jack Della Maddalena taking on Gilbert Burns. The end result was basically what I expected, but how we got there, that
is more what I expected than you.
Was not. I did not think at all heading into it that if Gilbert was getting takedowns on Jack, going for, like, just getting the back on him, going for submission attempts, I felt like if we were getting into that position, like, the fight's going to be over. That's over. Gilbert's fight. I just figured Jack was going to be able to stay out of those positions and get a very good knockout win. I did end up going Jack for first round knockout in Tapology. I thought it was going to happen quick.
Yeah, because I just remember going through the review and you saying it was going to be easy, and I was like, nah, I think Jack will get it done, but he's gonna have a hard time getting there.
Yeah.
Like, I was definitely very impressed though with his ability to roll and get out of positions and just actually like handle it on the ground with Gilbert, because in previous fights we've seen him not doing that well.
Yes.
I mean, going back and seeing, who was it, the Amiv?
Ramazan Amiv. Yeah.
Ramazan Amiv. He was put into a Darce and was able to get out of that, but that was like the only time that he's really showed something with obviously a lower level fighter, so it's much scarier with somebody like Gilbert Burns. But he did really good at the scrambles.
Yes.
Ultimately, like, it was close the first round, and the second round was definitely Gilbert's. I know two judges gave it to Gilbert, so it's like good on Jack to get that knockout in the third round, but boy, that was nasty.
Yeah. And for most of that third round, it was looking like it was going to be a Gilbert round until he got back up. Gilbert shoots a lazy double immediately and gets kneed in the face.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like looking at the stats, like round 2 was definitely much better for Jack in terms of like getting punches off. The significant strikes, that one was 21-9 in favor of Jack, but round 3, fucking just 28-0 in terms of significant strikes in favor of Jack. Just started putting it on him. Gilbert got the takedown 1 point, gets back up to his feet, and Jack was just right there ready for the reshoot of Gilbert. Blasts him with that knee right to the face. Kind of a little bit of like a delayed reaction from like when he got hit to kind of like falling down. But then Jack gets on top, and that shit, I don't know how you felt about that, Ginger, but I was watching that. He starts following up with ground and pound, and I was just like,
a little too long.
I was like, okay, stop the fight. And then there's punch. I was like, stop the fight. Stop the fight. Stop.
Yeah, no, it went on a little
It was
too
way
long.
too late of a stoppage, because it's like after he fell down after that knee and ate 2-3 more punches, you saw it on his face. He was fucking done. When they finally stopped it, and I saw him there just laying there taking deep breaths, just trying to come back, I was like, bro, this was so fucking unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this isn't a championship fight. This isn't, you know what I mean? Like, and even then, it still would have been a late stoppage. But it's like giving him way too much space to try to fight out of it. He was getting mauled on top. Like,
he wasn't even trying to really fight out.
No, exactly. He was just covering up. He wasn't trying to move out. He wasn't trying to fight back. Like, he was just covering up, and he just got too many shots. Too many shots. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Gilbert did he honestly did way better in that than I thought, like, you know, how it was going to play out. Jack with the grappling, just so many times being able to just roll out of the positions and get back up to his feet. Like, I just was not expecting that at all. That, like, I already, you know, thought that he was going to be able to win, like, he was going to be able to fuck people up, like, at the top of this division. But watching it play out like that, I am way more confident in him fighting the absolute best and elite people in this division. And I gotta say, probably the craziest thing that some motherfucker can do in the 170-pound division is go out there, he gets on the mic afterwards, he's just like, I came to grab the cash and dash, and then he said, Shavkat, let's go for a fucking title eliminator.
Yeah, he said let Bilal fight for the title, and Shavkat, let's get the title eliminator. Like, number one contenders.
Did he say five round fight?
I don't remember if he said that on the mic, but in like with Submission Radio in an interview leading up, he said that he would love to fight Shavkat 5 rounds in Perth for the title or in a title eliminator. But yeah, man, like,
who the fuck is calling out Shavkat?
Exactly. It was crazy enough when, like, he got booked against Wonder Boy, and we were just like, damn, respect to Wonder Boy for actually taking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to actively go out there and be like, nah, you're the one that I want to go through to get this fucking title. Like, just an absolute monster, absolute fucking savage for that shit.
And then Shavkat's response, which was honestly more terrifying than anything. He said, I appreciate your...
I respect your courage and confidence. Yeah.
But you will meet the same fate as my other opponents. Like,
like, damn.
This dude, it's hard, man. Like,
talking like the big boss at the end of a video game. It's just terrifying. Yeah. Like, Jack, are you ready for the big boss yet?
I don't know, man. With how that fight with Gilbert played out, like, man, he's fucking ready, and I don't know.
It's just hard because it's like, I know he was like able to scramble out with Gilbert and stuff, and like, I know Gilbert's big, but it's like Shavkat has like just crazy dominance when he does like get somebody down, that it's like, Jack, can you actually scramble with him?
I don't know.
Can you get out of there? Can
probably
you
not.
You know what I mean? It's like, that's just fucking scary.
Shavkat first person to sub Wonder Boy. Gilbert gonna do that.
Yeah.
Gilbert could just hold him down.
It's like everybody, because I know everyone's like, I've seen a lot of people talking about it, that JDM would run over him. Like, look how long it took for Shavkat to take down Wonder Boy. But how many times do we have to go over it that this man didn't get surgery going into the fight because he still wanted to fight, and he had torn ligaments in his ankle.
And then that's the thing, to your point, it's like, once he got him down, like, bro,
Yes.
I will never forget that, like, watching that shit live and just seeing fucking Wonder Boy just all crushed up underneath Shavkat, and just the look in his eyes of just like, what the fuck is this pressure on me? Like, exactly. I brought it up at the time, like Habib drowning. Exactly. Habib destroying fucking Michael Johnson, Barboza, all the many opponents that he did. Like, just I don't think that he can scramble with him like that.
Yeah.
But I do think Shavkat will be much more there on the feet for him to touch up. I don't know. Like, I respect that shit so much, and I am so fucking down for that. I'm so okay with that fight. It's one of them where it's just like, I would love to see that happen for the title. Just a bigger fight, just not as soon in their careers.
But it's like you said with 170, it's like just fights that you have to make. It just sucks because, I want to see JDM do good so bad, but I would love to see Shavkat maintain his record. Undefeated and 100% finish rate. Like, that's pretty fucking legendary.
I know. It's so fucking crazy. But yeah, it's fucking motherfucking Jack. 17-2 now overall. 17 fight win streak. Just a fucking monster. It's amazing. I fucking love it. I'm so happy for that. For Gilbert, that shit, it was really sad afterwards. Honestly, like seeing the fucking clip of him just crying into fucking RoboCop and
bro, like, that made me want to cry. Like, I teared up a little bit this morning when I saw that. Like,
that shit. It sucks.
Hard
Just
to
such
see.
one of the nicest, most lovable guys in the sport.
Oh my god.
See so many people shit on him all the time, and it's just like he's just one of those guys where it's just like I understand hating people and like shitting on certain people, but it's like, but Gilbert, man, like
Gilbert-
come
No,
on,
seriously.
come on.
I don't
Like, there are-
understand.
A few people that it's just like, no, you're not allowed, disqualified.
Yeah, like someone that you
Technical.
get personally offended by. It's like, what's wrong with you that you're hating on Gilbert? Fuck you.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like
it's one of
nah,
those
this
things.
is a red flag.
I feel like people like there are just certain people where they look at them as like kind of getting lucky into the top and like they're not actually
Yeah.
that good and don't really deserve to be there, you know what I mean? So it's just like I feel like Gilbert's kind of always been one of those guys, like knocked out Damian Maia to get into the top 5 when he was real old. So I feel like just ever since then, just people not really putting that much respect on his name, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like I
But
remember,
it's like him as a person. Do you know what I mean? It's
I know it's just one of those things. It just doesn't matter. It's like you suck as
like
a fighter,
people
so-
can't separate fighters and their actual person. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can not respect him as a fighter. You know what? It's fine. But like as a human being, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I respect Colby in terms of his fighting ability and all that. But fuck Colby as a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
But yeah. Great fight, 170 pounds, awesome for fucking JDM. Let's fucking go. The main card opener, another fucking solid fight. A very good return to form for the former champ Piotr Jan fighting against Song Yadong. We said coming into it, the prospect versus veteran prospect, you know what I mean? Veteran versus prospect veteran.
It was vet versus
Yeah.
vet with a prospect age.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I had Piotr Jan. I was riding with him heading into it. Ginger was riding with Song. And I thought that Jan was just going to be better everywhere overall. The one thing that you definitely have to give Song an advantage in for sure is the power. That's 100%.
Yes.
Like, bro, when Song starts ripping some fucking shots, that shit's always scary to see. You never know when he's just gonna fucking lay someone the fuck out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There were some right hands that first round, and even the left hook of Song was just landing consistently on Piotr throughout that first round. Wasn't too long into the fight, you saw the redness under his eyes starting to build up. Easy. Song won round 1. I don't think really much people were gonna expect much different. Jan
Piotr-
notoriously the fucking slow starter.
I was
had
gonna
a
say,
year
when has he
layoff.
ever won a round 1?
Yeah, exactly. But round 2, it starts swinging a little bit more into the favor of Jan, just having more of his fight. I love Piotr Jan's fucking trips and shit when he just starts getting into the clinch and just fucking throwing people around. It's honestly just so great to watch. His boxing is always so clean. There were so many times of just like throwing a big right hand and then just like ducking under the counters of Song, getting out on the angles, like just the movement and everything. It was just so nice to really see from Piotr Jan in this one. Just a great fight, great performance. Throwing out those spinning kicks and shit to the body too. There was at one point where he landed a real nice spin kick to the body and then Song returned with one right away. It just great fight between the two of them. It's like another loss on Song's record to a top guy in the bantamweight division. Dude's 26 years old. He can go ahead and fight more, like 3 more guys from like fucking like 9 to 15 and fucking smash them easily, and then he'll be right back at the top.
Bro, he's 26 and this was his 14th fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so
I
stupid.
mean, shit. The way the it's going right now, I mean, you can put him against Rob Font. I don't think they fought before.
No.
Rob Font ranked number 9, him ranked number 7. I feel like that'd be a fun scrap too, especially with the boxing of both those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, I hate that a little bit. I'm good on seeing Rob Font get fucked up, man.
That's true.
Dude is gonna get brutalized more than likely. I mean, there is a potential where he just works behind that jab real well and he gives Song a big problem. But like, I feel like Song's just countering left hook, right hands, and he's putting Rob down and probably finishing him. Like, dude's a monster, man. The way that he finished Ricky in the 5th round, like that was so good. Like that.
No, I get what you're saying, but here's the problem: is okay. So does Rob Font fight then someone like Mario Bautista or Jonathan Martinez next?
both of
He gets
those.
fucked up in both of those.
Yeah, but come on, man.
Jonathan Martinez can just get his third leg kick TKO finish in the
Yeah.
UFC, and that's legendary, and that's fine.
And it's like, I mean, I love Bautista and Martinez. They're both two great guys coming up, but I think both of them get fucking mollywopped by Song right now, probably. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Well, that's why I said Font.
I thought he was talking about Font.
well, I know, but I'm just saying,
Font.
like, so like, it's just the comparison, like that.
Right.
Like, even if they both beat Font, that's not gonna be anywhere near as bad of a loss as fucking Song.
No,
Yadong,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
Right.
Song's a scary monster, man. Piotr's just
No, he is.
fucking crazy good and super durable. Like, if Piotr didn't have as good of like a chin as he does, he easily could have gotten finished in that fight. You know, like.
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah, just great win for Piotr. As we said coming into it, just no way that he could let himself go on a 4-fight losing streak. Even though 2 of those 3 losses are split decisions, kind of debated, but great for him to get that win. What would you guys like to see next for him? What do you think is going to be the most likely thing that's next for him? Because obviously, former champ, big name, still in the top 5, great win.
Those are 2 different things for me. Because I don't know what most likely is next for him. What I would like to see is him versus Corey Sandhagen 2.
Ooh, okay.
I would like to see that fight because fuck Corey potentially losing to Umar and losing his title shot. If he loses to Piotr, he doesn't move that far down.
Yeah, but I mean,
and
still
honestly,
have to build up another streak.
Yeah, that's so rough.
He would, but again, like, and also I just think Corey has improved so much since that last Piotr Jan fight. I believe he'd be able to win this one.
I don't know, man. That's rough.
It's rough, but Piotr Jan is rough for 95% of the division.
Yeah, very true. Like, the only person that he's not going to give a rough fight ever is Merab.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I just like that fight, because, like, what else does he do? Because he's not going to fight Merab unless they do Sean versus Ilya. It's later in the year, so they're like, all right, we'll do an interim title, and then it's like, okay, even then, at that point, it should be Merab versus Corey anyway.
Yeah.
So, who does Piotr fight at that point? Do you have him fight Vera? Do you have him fight Cejudo? Like,
got anyone in here?
Kind of hard.
I feel like Vera wouldn't be bad.
it wouldn't be bad. It's just that first round's going to be boring as shit.
Technical.
I don't want to
They're
see
both
that.
going to be staring at each other for the first 5 minutes.
It'll be a technical masterclass.
I don't want to see that. Let's get him against Cejudo.
Yoder against Cejudo? That's
fair.
That's so rough for Henry.
It is.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. That'd be a fun fight. That'd be good.
I mean,
2
I
former
guess
champs.
you could do if Figueiredo beats Cody Garbrandt, which he should be Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah.
You do him versus Piotr.
I'm fine with that, actually. That's definitely probably one of the hardest ways to get Figgy into the top 5 and like into a title shot. But goddamn,
But fuck it.
that could be a fun ass fight, man. Figgy looked real good against Font in his last one. Like, if he goes out there and smashes Cody, yeah, I'm good with that. That's a good call on that one, Ginger.
So, like, those are, like, the couple people you could fight, but it's just, like, one of those things where it's just, like, yeah, it's hard to matchmake Piotr right now.
Nah, yeah. But that was the pay-per-view part of the card. Absolutely awesome. And we had some pretty big shit go on the prelim portion as well. Because that prelim headliner, just crazy. What a way for that fight to go.
Yeah.
A tale of 2 fights in 2 rounds. You know what I mean? Because first round, wow, I did not expect Jailton to be able to set a heavyweight record for the most takedowns in a single round in the division with 9. Just ragdolling Curtis. Crazy.
When he picked him up and slammed him to the ground, I was like, oh, fuck.
It was like, yeah, he can do that to anyone in this division.
Yep, if he can do that to fucking cutting weight to 265 Curtis Blades, yeah. And he weighed what, like 235?
No, he came in heavier than normal at 241, and Curtis was actually a bit lower than normal at like 257-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, even then, still,
No,
241.
Yeah, man. Just absolutely insane first round. Just easy fucking round 1 for Jailton. And then round 2 starts. And Jailton shoots on a takedown, as always, just real far out, just getting real low. And just like seeing on the replays too, like you can just see that like as he was working on the legs, Curtis hit him with like a short little uppercut in there that like caused him to like drop down lower. And then that's when he just started raining down the hammer fist. Fucking, I don't know. There were probably like 20 in there or something, and like that.
I mean, for the whole round, that went 36 seconds, 16 of 23. So I'm sure that at least 14 of those were hammer fists.
Yeah,
it's crazy that there were no significant strikes landed in round 1.
Yep.
Curtis went 0 for 2, and Jailton went 0 for 0.
But God fucking damn, bro, when Almeida like rolled it, I'm like, oh fuck! Like when he dropped it, rolled it, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ! This is what I've been expecting from someone to do: just defend it, and just Travis Brand elbows.
Yeah, bro, he hurt him bad with those hammer fists.
Yeah.
It's not like he was loading up on some big shots. Like, granted, like I said, he hit him with like a good 14, but like after like, I don't know, let's say it was 14. After about 9 of them, he was down. He looked like he was damn near out. Like, they were good, clean shots, though. Like, all right on the temple, above the ear, side of the head type shit. Like, beautiful. But, yeah. Bad night for Jailton.
Yeah, man. Rough, but beautiful for Curtis to get it done. He wants that fight with Tom Aspinall. He's good. He wants that fight with Tom Aspinall again. Tom said that he's got no problem with that. That's the way to run it. It's like, because going into it, it was like Cyril in terms of rankings deserves like that interim fight, but with all the title fights he's had and everything, it's like no, like he shouldn't be. He should put on a run.
Him refusing to fight Sergey, him refusing to fight Tom, him refusing to fight Curtis.
Yeah,
and even Curtis in the post-fight press conference like was asked about it, and he's just like, "You reap what you sow." Like,
yeah, and it's
you
like,
decide to refuse all these fights, they're gonna refuse you now.
Yep.
And on Curtis's end, like, I love it calling Tom out for that fight back, like, because one, he finally gets into some type of title shot.
Yeah.
But two, when does a winner of some like fluke injury like that ever call it back? Like, no, I want to fight that again. Let's get a real fight out of it. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that like with Tom having that loss on his record, he would love to actually have the fight. Like, it's perfect. I would love that.
Yeah.
I feel like Curtis just felt like he didn't actually win because that happened, 30 seconds into the fight?
15 seconds.
Like, 15, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, but exactly, so many people...
Nothing actually happened.
I feel like so many people just take that win and they're like, yep, on to the next one. They never call it back like, no, I want to win for real, you know?
Yeah, and it's like...
Well, it also helps that he's, the interim champ, so...
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, because I know, with like you saying that, instantly my first thought was just like Cheeto and Sean, like, just Cheeto winning the fight back, you know what I mean? It's just, I know Sean was calling for it too,
I was going to say, I thought it was Sean, I didn't...
I mean, it's like, obviously he wants the fight, but that's the thing, it's for the title, so it's like, obviously they're gonna want it back. But it's like, because I remember when that first fight happened, it's like, it was only 15 seconds, but like watching Tom press forward into Curtis and like he easily got like hit with a jab and kind of, and I was just like, oh shit, like, I just wonder, just fighting the top guy, if like he just might be able to get touched up and like if he might get finished from it. And then we saw him fight Sergey and it didn't matter that he got touched up, so it's like, it's just like, that's such a good fight. Would love to see that for Tom trying to defend the interim title. Let's fucking go.
Oh yeah, I would love that.
We did have some other lackluster fights underneath that. Macy Barber and Caitlin Sermonara. It was not that great of a fight. Barber gets the unanimous decision. It just sucks for Caitlin that she wasn't able to get it done. I was really hoping that she was. We also had Mateusz Gamrot taking on former champ RDA, which
just further proved that Gamrot can't hang with the top of the division.
Yeah,
even though he won.
Gamrot, you durable goddamn fuck.
Yeah, man, he started getting touched up early from RDA, and
he got hit with a head kick.
Yeah,
went essentially down, and then went down again, and then shoots.
Yeah, RDA did get scored one knockdown in that one. I I was not expecting that it like going into it. I thought RDA might be able to just be like, okay, hold Gamrot, like, you know, up against the cage, whatever, like just hold him. That's just gonna be the path to victory. That was basically Gamrot's path to victory. It like, I mean, he did get like a lot of takedowns in there, but it was just holding RDA. Did like outstrike him a little bit, but RDA was clearly the more impactful striker in that one. And yeah, that shit got real close for a second. I was like, damn, fucking. Motherfucking old RDA might just go out there, fuck up Gamrot, and call out Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? Like, we were so fucking close to it.
So close. Fucking Gamrot.
But yeah.
He can't keep getting away with this.
He's so fucked at the top end of the division. He's not going to be able to do it.
No.
Unless he just fights people that have nowhere near, like, enough grappling defense, you know what I mean? It's going to be rough. But a beautiful performance on the prelims. Motherfucking Kyler Phillips taking on Pedro Munoz. Just another fighter in Pedro who has a crazy durable chin.
Yeah.
Because just so many shots in this one where it's like, again, any other fucking bantamweight taking some of those strikes, you're fucking going down. You're getting fucked up. Kyler just trains with Sean O'Malley, and both of them just very similar in their kind of performances. Just absolute masterclasses. Just beautiful. The fucking volume, the techniques that Kyler was putting on Pedro, just always a step behind. Easy win for him. That was just great to see.
I will say this. How many fucking head kicks did fucking Pedro Munoz duck under?
Yeah.
Jesus
his head movement
Christ.
was amazing.
I will say this. There was one where it was like one of the last ones. Kyler throws a head kick and then throws a spinning back fist with it. And I'm like, I'm surprised Pedro didn't, he expected the head kick, so then pops back up and then gets hit with that fucking spinning back fist.
Yeah.
He was smart to it, but that's insane.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because it's like looking at the numbers overall, Kyler went 115 of 276 total strikes. And a lot of those misses weren't just him throwing out of range. Yeah, it was Pedro just being real good and getting out of the way. Like, it was beautiful.
Yeah, man. Just great performance for Kyler Phillips. Pedro, just showing that durability, always being game. And it just heading into it was like, I really thought it was just going to be all the questions on Kyler Phillips of just how he's going to be able to handle Pedro, because he does the same kind of thing. He's been around forever, like he's going to be tough. He's going to push into you. He's got grappling, and he's got very solid leg kicks and boxing, like just able to deal with the leg kicks very well, just moving around him. Yeah, very good performance. Great to see. Probably going to get a solid top 10 guy after that.
Yeah.
But some other fights on the prelims. The real biggest one on the early prelims, the Battle of the Michels. That shit.
Oh my god.
I knew I fucked up with not going round one finish for Michel as soon as I saw him fucking bust out that fucking choreographed dance when he started to walk out.
Yeah, I can't believe Dana said he didn't like that.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Yeah, that
way to hype up a fight before going in there and then putting on the show that he did.
Bro, that dude just ran through Olajayshuk. Just that right hand to the body, folded him up, just grabbed him in the clinch, hit him with the knee, went to the fucking rear naked choke, just spun him around, smashed him with the knee again, really folded him up, and then just cranked on that rear naked choke. No fucking hooks or nothing, just vicious, man.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
Oh my god,
motherfucking Michel Pereira at 185 pounds is a fucking problem.
Yeah,
give him a top 15 guy. He deserves it. Like it. To just run through Olajayshuk like that, it's like, he's got to be fighting some better people. He was
How about him versus the Chris Curtis.
Yeah, I'd be so fine with that.
I love that fight. I want that.
That'd be fucking insane. The last real big mention on the prelims for their performance, Rebellas Despain, man. Going into it, it was obvious. It's just like, is Josh able to do something, that his former four opponents can't, because he has 22 fights heading into it. The combined records of all of his opponents prior heading into their fights with him was 1-0. That was one person had one fight. The other three people were making their debuts, and it just didn't matter.
Yeah.
Even.
That shit was so crazy because, like, the way that you can just... I don't think he needs too much skills because the power he generates right now is stupid. Dude threw a spinning kick and slipped, fell on his butt, got up like running backwards, stumbling to get his footing. As he's running back, he's just throwing left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook. And when the one right hook landed while he's running backwards, Josh just dropped and followed a couple ground like it was over.
Yeah.
It's all it took was him throwing something while running backwards off balance. It's fucking stupid.
Big IQ moment for Josh Parisian, just running after him, throwing punches, right?
Yeah.
Probably the greatest thing he could have done there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, right. 100%. I will say this.
No, you go.
I was watching the fight with my dad, obviously, and I had to explain who Rebellis was. I'm like, yeah, his last 3 fights have ended in less than 20 seconds.
Yep.
He's like, well, let's see if Josh is able to do something his last 3 opponents couldn't do, and last 21. If I'm Josh, I'm just running around the cage for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And then just going.
Nope. He decided to run right after
18 seconds. And he was just like, so close. You
him.
were this close to being able to do what the last 3 couldn't.
Yeah, because combined with the last 3, it was a total of 19. So just 2 more seconds, and it would have been longer than his last 3 combined. But yeah, so great for Rebellis. He's gonna fuck up a lot of bad heavyweights as long as the UFC wants him to, until they give him a top 15 opponent. And then even with that, it really all depends, because it's like he could probably just do that same shit to like Alexander Romanov too. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that's what I was saying. Is that like I feel like when you have power like that, the skill matters only so much, because a lot of people take their time. Maybe they're not shooting in the first 3 seconds of a fight, but some people are punching in the first 3 seconds of a fight, like this guy, and if all it takes is one shot, like,
because it's like
it's fucking heavyweights, bro.
And the more he knocks people out too, like Ginger like mentioned earlier, just like, you know, Francis fucking Rosenstruck, it's like dude literally just ran out there swinging, and Jar Jar was like, I gotta move back and counter, and just got knocked out. You know, like if they're afraid of that power, like they're gonna be hesitant, and that's only gonna help his case for knocking him out. Like, especially with grapplers, just like being like shooting from super far out or something. Like, oh my god, he's gonna fuck up so many people, and I am so fucking here for it.
And you gotta remember, it's not like he doesn't have skill. He has a silver medal, bronze medal in Taekwondo. Like,
which I did I listened to the Weasel talk about it. So he got 2 wins, and then he had an opponent like pull out due to injury, and then that's how he got into bronze, and then he ended up losing. So it was kind of like he went 2-1 to get bronze. It was like not really the hardest road to get there.
It's not the
but
hardest, but it's still Olympic level Taekwondo. Like, it's like, I'm sure in Taekwondo standards, that's probably the top. It's like wrestling. If you medal in wrestling,
how good is heavyweight Taekwondo across the world?
I don't know that. But I feel like in terms of Taekwondo, in terms of the world of Taekwondo, that still has to be the top. Because who the fuck else is?
Yeah, no,
where the fuck else are you doing it?
He obviously has skills, but it's more of just, if he gets taken down, what can he do from there?
That's the interesting part. But if you're knocking everyone out in the first 20 seconds, it really don't matter.
Exactly. Let's fucking go. Every fight starts on the feet. But last real mention before we ended on the for the entire card, JoJo, she came back and she got a nice win to fucking open up the entire card. Retires afterwards. That was just awesome to see for her, honestly.
That spinning back fist. Oh my god. I was hoping I was literally screaming, go, because I wanted, at that point, I'm like, no, get the KO, end your career on like the highest of highs. Yeah. Get that KO.
It's like going into it, I had, Morose for a decision, so I was hoping she was getting it done for Tapology's sake. But once, JoJo started, it's like, I wouldn't have been sad at all. And if she got that finish, that would be, like you said, a beautiful way to end her career.
Yeah.
But speaking of Tapology, that's the next shit to go into. And another Jim Bob win. Let's go. I was mistaken heading into it. I thought this was a 7-week win streak, but apparently it was 8 wins in a row for Jim Bob. Yeah. But honestly, it was I did do pretty fucking good. I got 805 points overall. Is very solid.
11 for 14.
Yeah, 11 for 14. I think I had 5 decisions and 2 perfects in there.
And 2 semi-perfects.
Yeah. The real, I feel like, lucky one for me on the perfect, that it was going with Curtis KO TKO round 2.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy. Everyone got Despain round 1 KO TKO. You know, that wasn't
literally
a real hard
everyone
one to...
got one perfect.
But yeah, going into it though, fucking putting our picks in, and me and Ginger had every single person different on the main card. And once I saw that, I was just like, oh, fuck. I was like, I don't know how someone's going to do terrible tonight, I feel like.
And it was me.
I got everyone on the main card right. I got the decisions right with O'Malley, Page, and Jan. Semi-perfects on Poirier and Maddalena. Very solid night in the office for Jim Bob. Let's go.
Yeah.
You want to talk about your picks at all, Kate?
Well, I came in second. I got 9 right, 4 decisions right, 1 perfect, which was obviously Rebellis, and a semi-perfect. I don't know who it was, but it was somebody in there.
Maddalena.
Okay, yeah, thank you. But all the decisions probably came from the main card. But yeah, I beat Ginger, so there's that.
Yeah.
We just gotta break Jimmy's streak. I'm so sick of this shit.
No.
I went straight up 50-50, 7 right, 7 wrong.
Yeah, that was a rough main card for you for sure.
Yeah.
It was a great prelims though.
Yeah. I know, sitting on top at the entire Tapology for a while, I was like, God damn it, we gotta mix this up.
Right, fucking number 1. Like, no.
Honestly, as soon as I got the perfect on Blades, I was pretty confident that I was gonna end up like getting ahead and the things were gonna go my way on the main card. I was just like, that was too perfect. It's just gotta keep on flowing.
Yeah.
Hey, not too bad
really
though.
We really got. It's just funny because the last 5 weeks, this was my worst week, and it was the fucking pay-per-view.
Hey, maybe you gotta do a little bit more research. You know what I mean?
I think it was just all the fights on the main card just were kind of like
they were really hard to
either
call.
way. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess they weren't like that hard, right? You got most of them.
Oh, this is why you're so annoying.
You only got 2 wrong.
Yeah, well, no, I'm
that
not
was so good of you.
But even so, it was so hard. Like, it was,
no,
bro, like I was
so
stuck on MVP and Kevin Holland. Like,
yeah, honestly, that was really funny how long she was stuck. Like, to me, that was like probably like, especially once I was ready to do it, that was like 3 seconds of like MVP decision. Let's move on. Like,
nah, I took so long on that one. That one had like the biggest question mark for me. I got it right with the MVP decision, but like I genuinely didn't know how that was gonna fucking go.
I got stuck on BSD Poirier.
That was a flip a coin in my head type shit.
Yeah, to be fair, like I went to the main event, I sat there for a while. Went to the co-main, I sat there for a while, and I was like, let me do the rest of the card and then go back to him. And I was like, I'm gonna just go with my gut. When O'Malley decision, I was like, he's not knocking out Cheeto. And then I thought it would take a while for Dustin to knock him out. I thought it would go round 4, and I didn't think it would be like KO like that. Figure like TKO kind of a thing.
Right.
But, yeah.
Kind of what he did to like a Gaethje or an Alvarez.
Yeah, exactly. And just how the Elizu Zaleski Dos Santos fight should have went for Benoit and how it should have gotten stopped. But like, yeah. But yeah, it was such a rough one. I had no confidence going into it at all. So like, just very surprised that I ended up doing that good. Yeah. Let's fucking go next week Tapology though, right? Tybura versus Tuivasa main event. Yes.
I need to see the rest of this fucking card.
I don't know anything on it, but
I'm pretty sure we looked at it and it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually
not
that
terrible, but it's not. Okay, GM3 and Brian Barberina are on the main card now. Good.
Yeah.
They actually changed that.
But yeah, we'll get into all that on the preview. But the last thing to talk about for this card is the draft, because we had some little bit of movement going on for UFC 299. I had 1 fight, Kate had 2, Ginger had 3. We had a head-to-head matchup with me and Ginger, Curtis Blades, Giles, and Almeida. I did not get the winning end of that. I went 0-1 for the night. Took my first loss of the year on the draft. Very sad, but only 4 fights in, so I got plenty of room to maybe get ahead of Kate because she's already got 6 wins. I don't know, man.
I was about to time out. How has this happened so far both years in a row?
She's better.
Your fighters... No. What I'm saying is, where your fighters, you will have like the last ones who haven't fought. Like you'll just have a bunch who haven't fought yet.
Yep.
I'm kind of middle of the road, and then Katie has everyone who's already fought, basically.
Yeah, because I'm 6-4, so I've had 10 fights.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've had 4 fights.
I went 1-1 yesterday with JDM, and the loss with Song Yadong. So
Yeah.
I
Very
had
solid.
3 fights. Obviously, the head-to-head with Jay Alton and Curtis. I had Sean O'Malley winning.
Yep.
And I had BSD losing.
Yep. Yeah.
So I went 2-1.
which is crazy because going 2-1 is solid, but it puts you at 4-4.
4-4. I'm 50-50, baby.
Oh,
I was 2-3 before this.
I just thought about this though, Kate. I really hope this isn't like Ginger cursing the people that we wanted to pick and that he took, you know? Because like we were sad with him getting BSD, and then yeah, and he's got Tyra, he's got Lopez.
Erase the draft now. We're not doing this anymore. We're not putting this into the air.
I just realized that I'm just like, damn, the first person that he stole from us out of our fucking boys.
Scrap it.
0-1. Unconscious too.
Scrap it.
Oh my goodness. We gotta see how this goes. I'm scared now.
We don't have to see shit. Scrap it.
We can't. We're already so far in.
I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
22 fights into the draft. We can't scrap it.
Ginger, choose 2 new fighters.
No.
I can accept that.
I
We'll
can't.
allow you a current number 15 because that might have changed up a little bit throughout the year, you know? And then, yeah, a new honorable mention. Scrap it. But nah.
All right, at number 15, Renat. No, you have Renat. Sorry.
You fucking suck, Ginger. I hate you. That's the end of
Take
this
Kaya.
podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed this one. If you did, like and subscribe. Maybe tell us your thoughts on the card, all of the cards that happened this weekend in the comments down below. Me and Ginger be streaming on Twitch. Check out those description. The links in the descriptions down below. I'm terrible. Let's fucking go. Peace out, everyone. We'll catch you in the next one. Yeah. Tui Vasa. Shui. Peace.